Say this to a partner who wants to take a break or date other people. Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugit, and that stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. Guys, I want to talk to you about if your partner, somebody you've been seeing, and it's been, whether you've called it boyfriend, girlfriend, whether it's stated as a monogamous relationship, whatever it is, right? And one day out of the blue, you think things are going fine. Yeah, you've got your little struggles, you've got little problems, maybe a little argument, a little tiff here and there. But for the most part, you're pretty solid, right? Maybe at times it's a little boring, whatever it is, right? But basically, as far as you're concerned, it's on relatively solid ground, okay? And then out of the blue, you've been not putting all the pieces together, right? But you're starting to put them together after your partner comes to you and says, you know, honey, I think I want to either take a break or maybe we can just keep this a little more open and date other people, but still see each other, still date. You know, that real leaves that pit in your stomach. You don't know where you stand, what's going on. You know, the assumption is that they have somebody else that they've been talking to or they're interested in, and that's probably the case if they're willing to do this. But the knee-jerk reaction, right, your gut reaction is to probably get mad, sad, possessive. You know, you want to hang on to them, you want to stop and show them how much you care about them, and you're willing to fight for this love and all that good stuff, right? And that's really the last thing you should be doing. The first thing you should be doing, okay, assuming you've seen this video, and hopefully you're seeing this in time in case this ever happens to you. It's one of those videos you save in a little playlist or you put in your back pocket, right, for when you need the ammunition. Because I'm not going to steer you wrong. You agree with them. Say, oh, wow, okay. That's how you feel? I understand. You know, validate what they're saying, that you understand it, and don't disagree. Because they're expecting you to fight them. They're expecting you to be jealous, ask them a million questions. Don't do any of that. It's going to throw them off their game. Because they've been thinking about how to break that to you. You know, they've got this other person in mind, perhaps. You know, not every time, but more likely than not. And they may not tell you exactly that they're thinking about somebody else because they don't want to hurt your feelings and they don't want you to be jealous. So they still want to keep you on the back burner, though, because they've got a little history with you. And, you know, maybe they're thinking that the grass is a little greener on the other side. So what you need to do is flip the script, though, and give it to them. Just say, okay, that's fine. I understand. Take all the time you need. And don't answer any questions about what you're going to do, okay? Now, you might just remain strong through that conversation and then go and cry like a baby on the floor for the next 2 days. That's fine. But the worst thing you can do is to fight them on it, right? To ask a lot of questions, you know, to say something like, I'm just going to wait for you. I don't know what you're doing, but I love you and you're the only one for me. Wrong answer, okay? Because they need to know that you have value and that if they want to take a chance of losing you, they might just lose you for good, right? Because if not, then, you know, it's like the, you know, what's the saying that people always want what they can't have. So as soon as there's no certainty coming from your end that you're still going to be around and you're not showing any emotions as far as being upset by this because you're a high value person and you've got options, it's like, okay, that's fine. You just go with it. You know, show as little emotion as you can. Don't have an attitude. Don't be sarcastic. Don't show any sign of weakness, okay? You've got to stick to your guns on this. And then, you know, you'll see the look of shock in their face, or maybe on the phone you'll, you know, hear it in their voice, where they're not going to really know what to do next. And then you just kind of wrap it up with them really nicely, give them a hug or whatever you do, and then you move on and you just go and you do your thing. If you want to date other people, great. If you don't. You do you, though, okay? Maybe you're convinced this is the person for you, but this is a good time to soul search and open the opportunities up, that if there is somebody that wants to go out with you, fine. You don't need to push it in their face that you're doing it. The least amount that they know, the better. So that's your best step. You want to keep the person thinking what's going on. You're now becoming a person of mystery, okay? You just want to do you, and you're going to notice that within a few days, chances are they're going to be contacting you. Hey, what are you up to? Are you going out later? They're looking to see what you're doing. You know, they're going to creep around. No matter what they're doing or not doing with anybody else, you're still going to be on their mind, okay? Because they want to know that if they're going out with this other person or seeing how things are going with them, they want to know that you're the safety net. They want to know that if it doesn't work out with this other person or persons that they might want to go out with, right? Test those waters. They want to know that if that doesn't work out, that they still have you to fall back on. And that's what you do not want to give them. You do not want to give them a sense of security, that you're going to be around. You're a very high value person that has options, and you may or may not be exercising it. Because see, if you try to make them jealous and post pictures with other people or tell stories about how you've got a date here and a date there, you might just infuriate them, and then for them it's gonna relieve their guilt of going out with other people, even though it's a mutually agreed upon situation that they brought up and they wanted. But they might then have what they feel is enough reason to go ahead and go forth with their other plans. You don't want to give them any information, okay? Basically, it's like a sleeping with the enemy thing, where they're not necessarily your enemy, but you don't want them knowing things because they decided to break off a monogamous good situation that you two have, for whatever reason it is. You know, again, they may not tell you why they're doing this. They might say, I just think I need a breather. You know, I just need a little break. Well, when you're really in love with somebody, that's rarely the case. Okay, most people need their partner, want their partner around them when they're going through things. So if they say they need a break, but we're not seeing other people, that's a different situation, right? They just want a day or two of a breather, that's fine. And they still want to be in the relationship with you. But if they're saying, I think, you know, we should just not have any expectations on each other, if you want to date, you know, whatever, that's really the green light they're looking for, so that they can do whatever they're going to do, test the waters, and you can't be mad about it because they told you that's what they wanted to do and you were fine with it, okay? So, like I said, they want that break, okay, go ahead, take your break. And don't say a thing about what you're doing, okay? Trust me, it's going to go against everything inside you to tell them that, but it's going to really work for you. You gotta use a little mind science on this thing. Trust me, guys and gals. People want what they can't have, and if they think they lost you, they gotta know what it's like to not have your presence, to not have you around, to hang around with, you know, to go, like, let's say they make a plan, let's say they have a plan to maybe see this person on Friday, and then this person bails on them, right? Because they're not as, you know, they're not as much of a good person as you are, that when you make a plan, you keep it. So they kind of get flaky. All of a sudden, you know, he or she'll start to miss you and might text you on Friday, and let's say this happened on a Monday where you guys had your little temporary breakup thing, whatever you want to call it, and then all of a sudden Friday comes, you haven't heard from her or him, and then they're like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Don't answer. Don't even answer. Answer them the next day. Hey, I saw you texted. What's up? Don't you say what you did or didn't do, because they're going to spend the rest of the night wondering what's going on. Who are you with? Did they lose you for good? All of these things, and it causes them to have to take an emotional inventory about how they really feel about you and what it feels like to be without you. So, it's all good. Stick to your guns. There's more where this came from, but I'll stop the video for now. Guys, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for getting me over 1,000 subs, you guys. And we've got a few videos now that are really starting to grow like weeds in the summertime in a field. So, you guys are awesome. Thank you for your support. Spread the word to friend or foe. And if not, then keep me as your secret weapon. It's all good. I appreciate it, guys. Have a good night. Take care. Bye.